16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Ramadan Kareem, Namaskar, and a very good evening to one and all. I am Preety Praveen and I'll be your host for today's show. Children's Hour. This is Experience the Difference. On behalf of Global BMC Live and Al Hilal Hospital, I welcome all of you on our first educational program. Children's Hour, if I say, and Experience the Difference, as the name suggests, this show is all about children and where they are going to explore and understand their viewpoints, their suggestions, their mindsets, and their opinions also. Who doesn't know about Malala Yousafzai? She, at a very young age, spoke up in front of the whole world and made the whole world believe every word she said. In her words, when the world is silent, even one sound can become more powerful. And that's what exactly we want children on our show to explore and aim. Before going ahead for the show, let me introduce with the panel, that distinguished panel that we have with us. Going ahead. Today we have with us Dr. Sheju Thomas. He is a pediatrician and is currently working with Al Hilal Hospital in Islamabad. He has done his schooling from UAE and graduation and post-graduation from Karnataka. Doctor, I humbly welcome you on the show. Next, we have Mr. K. Gopinath Menon, Honorable Principal of New Indian School. Having a vast experience of 24 years in the field of education, he has provided his services in India, Saudi Arabia, and now in Bahrain from last 6 years. He truly is an inspiration to follow. Sir, I welcome you on the show. Next, we have Ms. Uma, who is an ex-Al Noor school teacher. Her profile is loaded with degrees in BSc Maths, BSc Physics, MSc Physics, and B.Ed. She has served in India as well as in Bahrain. Currently, she's providing coaching and guidance to higher grade students. Ma'am, I welcome you on the show.
Good evening and thank you.
Next, last but not the least, we have Ms. Bharti Maharshwari with us. She is a CA by profession and currently a proud homemaker. 24/7, mother of 2 kids. She has definitely excelled the accounting, parenting skills at home, and which she is going to share with us today, with all of us. I welcome all of you.
Thank you, Preety.
And now is the time to welcome and introduce a special panel of students which is with us, in which we have Nikhil from New Indian School, Michelle from New Indian School, and Pranav from New Millennium School. They all are grade 12 students and are all set to write their board exams. Talking about exams, what exactly is an exam? It's nothing but, a formal test that one takes to show his ability and knowledge in a particular subject to, obtain a qualification. If it's such a simple thing, then why and what makes children fear about it? And that's exactly is the topic of our talk show today, examination fear. Exams definitely take us one step ahead in our life, but exam fear pulls down the morale and the spirit of a child and disturb their mental and physical health. Let's go ahead. Before starting this session, once again, I welcome all of you on the board and our audience who are watching us. So to start with, I invite Pranav to share his thoughts and the question that he has regarding the exams.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are having a good day. So my first question to the panel is, in the pandemic era, the never-ending risk of the exams either getting postponed or preponed is building anxiety among the students. How to overcome it?
Okay. Of course, the exams were postponed because of various factors. And the first and foremost was the pandemic itself. But then what really causes anxiety and stress, it is when you are underprepared. So I would like to tell you, time management is life management. So when you balance time, if you have a clear timetable, there is no room for stress. So it is very important to have a healthy mind. So the energy of the mind is the energy of the soul. So I'm sure all the students should be sure that one examination cannot determine your life. So forget all your stress, go celebrate your exams.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing this thought with you, with all of us. And now I invite Michelle to share her
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting me. My first question to the panel is, as depression makes us mentally tired, it results in lethargy, which in turn makes our day not so productive, which leads to exam fear. So what is the quickest method to overcome depression?
Yeah, I'd like to answer that question. First of all, the question should be rephrased. It's the exam fear is what starts the whole depression cycle, right? So that is the fear. That causes lethargy, that causes depression. And so that is how the question should be phrased. And there is no quick method to overcome the stress. See, the thing is, stress is something that is necessary for humans to actually perform, but up to a certain level. It's when it's taken beyond that we actually do not, we're not able to control it. And that takes over all our actions. That causes the lethargy and the depression later on, right? So like sir perfectly put it, it's management of time. That's preparation way ahead of the exams. There's no exam that's going to be taken tomorrow. That's going to be announced today and taken tomorrow. I mean, those are surprise tests, and that you cannot do anything about it. You just have to perform, all right? But when an exam is planned, or when an exam timetable has been put out, it's given well beforehand. So the idea is to start preparing at a very early state. Now, what causes all these depression? Basically, what I've seen is there are 3 things which causes these depressions. It's basically the fear of the unknown, the fear of inadequacies, and the fear of the stakes that are involved here. Now, if you take the fear of unknown, it's like, what are the questions that are going to come? Obviously, you're not going to know that. That's that's something that's not under your control. The next fear is, will it be out of the syllabus? How much am I going to score? Who's going to score higher than me? Am I going to pass? So these are things which you basically do not have any control of unless you prepare well for the examination. All right. The next thing is inadequacies. I have come across in my profession, I've come across parents who actually compare siblings. Like you have an older brother or a sister, you're always compared to them. But I would say that the previous generation of children who would come into our age group, I mean, we were left to ourselves to handle all these things. There was never an easy way out. Exam was an exam. They'd be behind your back. The principal would be on our head. All the teachers would be on our head. We were expected to perform. But trust me, it's because of those tough situations that we are where we are right now. When you are put through a grilling process, it is not meant to, it's not meant to discourage you in any way. It's only meant to make you ready for what's actually going to happen in the future. When children of today are put through trials, it's always considered it's a punishment, or it's always taken in those forms. But what children of today have to understand is that you're being trained for something much, much more bigger. The world is not going to be a much more beautiful place anymore. I mean, I think we have seen the best of everything. We've seen a big generation gap where we have seen bullock carts, we're seeing flying cars still now. So I believe we are the best generation that has seen everything. So the next generation is going to see a lot more change. And I believe everybody has to be ready for it. All right. So a little bit of preparation, a little bit of stress is the only thing that's going to actually get you forward. But never let that stress get to your head. All right. That's the most important point here. And then there's the stakes involved, fear of the stakes that are involved. What if, like Sir said, exactly what Sir said, this is not one exam is not going to decide anything. All right. One failure is not going to mean anything. Trust me, I know. You take the greatest people in the world, and you'll know that they have always failed in their start. Nobody has started successful all the way from the bottom up till the end. There's no human being alive that has done that. Only a person who has experienced failure can know the actual value of success. And trust me, these are not just quotes that are said by big people. No, these are life experiences that I'm talking about. If you fail, you will know what success tastes like, and trust me, you'll cherish it even more. So, there is no easy way about this. It's just calm down. There is nothing at stake over here. It's just an exam. That's it. It's just something that you have to cross over. Yes, you go into your professional life, everything is there, everything is involved. But the more you learn to handle it better, the easier it becomes. And 12th is not the last exam. You're going to get even more tougher exams, much, much more competitive exams. It's cutthroat competition. So, these are situations where we are all around right now. Your parents are there, your teachers are there, trust me, principals are there. When I did my schooling, I had some of the best teachers I have ever known. I would say they are like gods to me even now. So, teachers and my principal, I still remember him, Mr. Ravi Thomas. I definitely wanted to mention his name right now. And, so these people make all the difference. They're all here for you. And so this is your training ground. So this is the area where you can make mistakes. It's fine, because once you step out of this safe zone, then it's a battle. So it's fine. Just calm down, do all your exams well. Like Sir said, celebrate the exams.
That's true. I would like to add a small point over here. As he has mentioned, this is not the last exam for you. I will give an example. If you are given a line and without rubbing, If you are asked to make this small or shorter, how will you make it? You are not allowed to rub the line. So the simplest way is to draw another line which is bigger than this. So don't think that this 12th is the toughest exam for you. Now you are facing the world. This is just the beginning. You are just at the doorstep of this. So be positive, be confident. This is not the exam which is deciding your career, that all of you know this. So give your best. This is just on the CV. Now these days 12th exam is not everything that is deciding what you are going to pursue in your life. So be confident about it.
Now here even I want to add something. We parents or elders, we only give the positive, examples of our lives to our kids. I was like this, I got this much. We never talk about our failures. And that is why kids, they don't know when they fall, how to get up. See, the heartbeat itself, it's a wavy line. If it's straight, you are dead. So ups and downs will be there in life. See, when you're on high, you should know how to keep yourself grounded. And when you are down, you should know how to come up and balance yourself.
Very well said. Very well said.
So, okay, moving ahead, I think now I'll ask Nikhil to share his question with all of us.
So, good evening to all. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all for giving me this opportunity. And it's been my first time being in a live talk show. So, my question is, during this pandemic era, all the schools have been closed. So, exams have been conducted in online. So suddenly when schools and everything have come back to normal, the exams have been conducted in offline. So the students have a fear on how to face offline examinations.
Shall I?
Yeah, sure.
First of all, I will say that this is not new thing for you. You have been writing exams for last 10 years. You were doing offline exams. This is nothing new for you. And I will say that yours is the post-COVID batch. So now the situation of COVID is gone, but you are getting the benefits of COVID situation, isn't it? So instead of calling you post-COVID batch, I will say yours is the most privileged batch. I will add to doctor's few things what he said about getting over the depressions. You should feel something positive about this exam or your batch. Now, I would like to mention these positive things. What are there in your batch? Yours is the unique batch. I'm calling this batch as the most privileged, most lucky batch amongst many of you. Why? Do you remember yours was the first batch where you wrote 9th and 10th standard board exams with full portion? Am I right? So that was the first batch where they wrote full portion. For 9th and 10th, already you are experienced to write full portion board exam. And now when you are reaching to 12th standard, their portion is reduced to half. Isn't it lucky? What more you can expect? Yours is the only batch who is writing half portion, not before and after. First and the last batch who will be writing half portion exam. So this is the most advantageous things for you. And now coming back to preparing for the offline exams, I would break this into 3 points. Almost your preparation time is over now. You are going to write in few days from now. So basically, I think you should plan for your revisions, which is there between the two long gaps. Two exams, you have long gaps between these two exams. For example, maths, they have, I think, 17 days, and then physics, chemistry, even for commerce, they have long gaps between them. So I would like to suggest for everyone, just as a teacher from my experience, I would like to share this, that all these gaps, you should plan for 3 revisions. Now, 3 revisions, out of that first revision, you can take little longer times. For example, if I have 10 days gap, you can plan first revision for 6 days, second for another 2 days, and the final revision you can take for last 2 days. Now, when you are going for the first revision, when you are reading the question, if you are getting in the first go, then you should not worry about those questions. Definitely you will get in the exam hall. But mark the questions where you had to refer to some book or your notes or something. So mark it as circle, then little more difficult with stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, like that. So when you go for the second revision, you should start with these marked questions. So already 50% of the portion is already done. Now you are at that level. So go with these marked questions, and for the final revision, you should go up to say 3 stars or the most difficult questions you felt that these were difficult, or you should refer to some question banks from the previous years and like that. Second and the foremost, which I observe amongst these generation, even I have a child in 12th standard, most of them, they have habit of studying for late hours. So they will study late nights and get up late in the mornings. But I will suggest you should set your body clock before you write the exam. So whatever you are doing in that big gaps, long gaps, that is fine. But just before 2 days, I will prefer if you set your body clock. So what should you do? You should keep your regular routine and go to bed early and get up early in the morning. And what should you do? At least 2 days you should give mock test. 8 o'clock in the morning, freshen up and start a mock test. Writing, not reading. Your brain should have habit to become alert and start writing or give his best at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you are sleepy, you will not be able to deliver your 100%. And third thing, which I feel is most important, and maybe it will be new for them, but for our generation, I think most of us, we believe in that. Your brain is the organ which is working 24/7 for you in these days. When you children are taking break amongst your studies, generally what you want to go away from the studies and you want to do something else than your studies. So most of them, generally they go for some YouTube programs or whatever according to their choice. But even that time your brain is working, it is interpreting that information for you. So it is not getting relaxation. You are feeling that you are relaxed, but your brain is not. So for your brain, proper relaxation will be good supply of oxygen. Doctor will agree with us, isn't it? So that is the most important. For that, I will suggest at least few minutes you should do breathing exercise. Deep breathing, close your eyes, don't think about anything and just do deep breathing. This you can practice for 2 times in a day, like after in the afternoons when you have first session is over, then in the late evenings you can practice. You can increase this from 3 minutes to 10 minutes depending on you. That will definitely create a good positive attitude amongst your studies. And at the same time, when you are reaching to the examination hall, once you finish that filling up all those details in your answer sheet, you have little gap to get your question papers. That time I will suggest that only for a minute or 2, don't think about anything, whether I will remember my answers or whether I will get some unseen questions or difficult applied questions or nothing. Don't think anything else. Don't look around what others are doing. But just for a minute, you do deep breathing. See that all your anxiety level goes down, your heartbeat will come to normal. Many times you will feel that your hands are going cold and you start sweating. All these anxieties will come to normal and you will be able to deliver your 100%. So only 3 things to remember. First is plan for your long breaks, plan for good revision. Second thing, set your body clock. And third, I will suggest breathing techniques. Please. Try at least once or before this exam, you can practice these things.
Each and every point was really valuable. You know, earlier we used to jump from one room to another room to take a break. Now these days, the kids jump from one gadget to another gadget to relax their minds.
So with a point here.
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to tell, the question by Nikhil was very appropriate because there was a paradigm shift from offline teaching to online. And you know, it was not only difficult for students to adapt, but then teachers and parents, all of them initially, you know, find it very tough initially. But then once the ball sets rolling, you know, then I think it became much easier. And now these kids, I say children born after Google. Google was there in 1998, right? So after Google kids, you know, they are techno-savvy kids. And these kids definitely are digital citizens. Unlike us, we are all immigrants to digital technology. So what I'm trying to convey is, it was much easier for students to move from offline to online and vice versa. Whereas the teachers, parents, and others took time to understand this. But
True.
now I
Very
think it's much easier. All of them are very comfortable, whichever mode it is, and we do not know the new norm. In future, there are many universities who are offering, I think Dr. must be definitely aware of it, they are offering recognized online courses as well. So we do not know what would happen after 10 years down the line. So possibly this pandemic taught us so many lessons, and one lesson was a shift from one learning experience to another learning experience.
We all became digitalized. With this
I'd like to add something to what Madam had said. It's about how you're going to react at that last moment of these exams. What we have understood, or what I've seen basically in children, is they actually have blackouts. Now what Madam said was the lack of sleep is one. Your brain is going to definitely switch off during your exams. Trust me, you do not want that to be happening. It's the worst nightmare you can have. So like she very correctly said, 8 hours of sleep before an exam is mandatory. Make it like a religion. You have to sleep well. You have to eat well. Eat well in the sense, not the kind of
healthy
junk,
food.
not the kind of junk that we are talking about. But there are a lot of things which our generation has had, and which they always advise to the next generation. Try to follow that. Don't follow it your whole life. We agree, but follow it just for a few days, and you'll see it makes a world of difference. And when you're studying, there's a difference between studying and mugging up. Right, that was discussed a long time back among teachers. That's what they used to tell us. The only thing that you have to understand, it's not like you're going to read everything and just go, drop it out there. You're going to understand what you have learned. Right, every exam now and in the future is going to be based on this. What have you understood basically from this? And it's not the amount of pages that you write. It's the content that you write. And I believe the rules are still the same. I remember my biology teacher telling me it's all just points. You write a whole page and you write 10 points. Those 10 points, if they're valid, that's going to score the marks. So just concentrate. And writing speed, that is something that everybody has to practice.
Yeah, but I think for 10th they had given extra time for writing also.
Yeah,
so
but no, we were not given that
true,
liberty. It was 3 hours.
This is COVID batches. These are COVID batches.
Yeah, so
that facility, privileged
batch.
So
when all these are put together, and the last moment, like Madam said, breathing exercises, you call it religion, you call it yoga, you can call it whatever you want. Just close your eyes and shut out the rest of the world, shut out your textbooks, everything blank. When you start your paper, trust me, everything will flow back in. And I remember this one small trick that my bio madam had told us. She said, always carry a sweet with you, those small toffees that you have. And what it does is, your brain is going to get tired. 3 hours, it's going to be overdoing all that you've studied in the past years. It's going to be trying to reproduce all that. Your brain's going to run out of sugar. So that something that instantly jump starts your brain again is sugar. Just a small toffee will actually work wonders. I've tried it, it's worked for me, and so I thought that would be something that should be passed on, I guess.
Yeah, and parents know very well that they should not overeat. Generally we see that during the preparation of the exams,
Binge
once they get bored, they will eat something. So at least for 2-3 days before the exam, you should not overeat and avoid fried food.
Yes.
Because you become thirsty, or sometimes acidity goes on and all that. So at least few
A bad stomach is another nightmare during exams. It just gets worse because of the stress. So keep the food very light, and once all that is managed, the exam is a piece of cake.
Preety, I would like to add a few points that they should also keep themselves hydrated. Lot of fluids and juices and fruits with lot of vitamins is a good break snack, snack instead of the chips or the cookies.
The handy stuff.
Yes. So that would also help revitalize the brain.
Sure.
And one small technique is when they are taking those breaks and rest, as ma'am said about breathing techniques, one small thing they can also do is rub both the hands, palms, and put on their eyes for a few seconds, 10 seconds, for relaxation of eyes. because this generation is using all the gadgets for studies as well. So eyes also gets very tired besides the brain. So you have to relax your eyes by doing that.
Sure. Yeah. With these enlightening thoughts, let's take a small break and we'll come back again. Thank you so much.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Rabbit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Rabbit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or 33856330 or 335425.
Once again, I welcome everyone on our first ever educational talk show, Children's Hour, Experience the Difference. We were just talking about the examination fear. Continuing the same topic, I want to ask one question from the panel. Children these days, they actually suffer from low esteem. They can encounter this because of anything, low marks, low confidence, or bullying, or anything else. How do they come out of it?
So
yes, sure.
Yeah. Preety, see, we all know that at teenage, boys as well as girls go through a lot of physical and emotional changes. And this is the age when they need us parents to be there for them. This is the age when parents have to start spending more time with their children on a regular basis. What they have not done so far, they should start this time. They should take them out for physical activities. They should participate with them. They should play with them. They can play games, whatever they like together. They can go for cycling, swimming, running. So spend that time outdoors. At home also, keep some time separate for playing some board games together as a family. Or you can watch some movies of the children choice together. You know, the parents have to become friends with their children. If you become friends to your teenage child, then the child opens up. And then the child comes out with the problems and shares everything with the parent. So also parents should help the child to find out what is the child's strength. Because everybody has some strengths. So you have to help the child to find out that strength and focus and help the child to develop and work on that strength. If the child works on his own strengths, then it makes him confident, him or her confident. And this self-confidence which they get because of their strength and their parent support helps them to face any problems like bullying around when it happens. Because, the bully also would always target a student or a person who shows lack of confidence. So if the child is confident, confidence can come from any one of the strengths. So whatever strengths you have, focus on that, make the child feel confident. A confident child can face all kind of bullying, can face all kind of problems. So parents have to work together with the child to help build this confidence and be the child's best friend at this age.
Yes, sir.
Let me also add on to what ma'am said. It's nice to have a parent in the panel as well. So very rightly said, every parent should partner the schools in the education process. This is what I tell all the parents who walk in. What happens there is, rather than, helicoptering the children and being around them always, especially the adolescent children, it is good if we can allow them to be on their own. If you keep on, pestering them and be behind them, it's like providing them crutches. So what happens is over a period of time, they become over-dependent on you. So change starts at the end of comfort zone. So what I'm trying to emphasize is, it is very important that parents support every educational institution in this process of education. Once it is done, I'm sure the kids also will get enough chances for ventilation. Like she mentioned, they should run around, they should play around, they should enjoy every bit of life. It's not that gadgets alone are the basic entertainment. Most of the time we see them glued to their gadgets. So it is like gadgets ruling them, but it is important that you should rule the gadgets. And
these extracurricular activities, they add on to their admission procedures,
so,
no?
Now one final thing I'd like to share is, doctor also would definitely advise in this. Most of us are parents, but what I'm trying to tell you is, if parents support the educational institution, and if kids play more, he will support this cause, I'm sure, because our times, we played even before the board exams. We played the previous day also before the board exams, because these are all very important things that you will understand later in your stages. Thank you.
Yeah, even I agree with you. Because I always encourage my children that previous day to your exams, go out and play. In fact, all the 10 days or whatever gap is there, every day I want him or her, my children, to go out for 1 hour and play and refresh, get oxygen, fresh air, and come back refreshed.
Yeah, I would give a testimony to that. My parents, if they're watching the show, they definitely say, yeah, he used to spend his time outside, in the hot sun and all that. That would be the thing. Now, coming back to what the discussion was about, I'd like to add something. I've heard a quote which actually says that the most successful people in the world, what is the first thing they do when they get up is make their own bed. Do you understand what that means? Everything starts from base level. How many of the children today actually do that? You understand? See, everything starts from there. You have to start learning. What I would also like to say is, imagine yourself 15 years from now. Imagine yourself. Do not think about what's happening right now. I'm not able to score. I'm not able to perform. Imagine yourself in that happy place 15 years from now. Wherever it may be. It may be, trust me, it's not just a doctor or a lawyer or that's the most respectable professions. There's this famous quote again, do something that you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Right? So wherever that position is, imagine yourself 15 years from now and just work towards that one goal. Forget the whole world. Nobody's going to stand along with you. Your shadow is going to be there with you. That's it. When you work on that, trust me, self-esteem has no place over there. Your self-esteem is, you do not have time to think about your self-esteem. You do not have time to think about your failures. The only place or the thing that is going to be in your head is focus on where you're going to reach in 15 years. Are you going to be standing at that position where you're dreamed of? That's it. Nothing else. Failures along the way, fumbles along the way, bullies along the way, nothing's going to stop you. Forget about all these exams and things. 15 years from now, if you can focus on that, and every human being has to learn to be self-dependent. There are some survival skills that needs to be taken up. Once you leave these safe zones of parents and teachers and being all around you, once you enter professional colleges, those are not safe zones. You have to learn to be independent. You cannot carry everybody along with you every time. So these are the times when you learn to master those skills also, right? And when you're busy doing you're basically getting up in the morning, making your bed, folding your clothes, ironing your clothes, doing everything, where is the time to get stressed? There is no time to get stressed. You are basically doing that daily routine, going for the exam, sitting over there. This is just like any other normal day. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to walk out. That's it. It's as simple as that. But when you have a lot of time on your hand, you think. Overthinking is one of the biggest causes of stress right now. And overthinking leads you to think of the most unimaginable things. That is because you have a lot of time. You have a lot of time. Everybody else is doing everything for you. Everything is being, I'm sorry to use the word, but spoon-fed.
So this goes for parents.
Parents
yes.
have to. I blame the parents for this. Most of the parents, there is one line which sometimes even I have told to my kids, oh, I didn't get this, okay, fine, let my child do this, no problem, no worries. But no, actually, if we didn't get, because there was a reason why our parents didn't do that with us.
Exactly. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
We were made to learn the hard way. So that's what I have to say. This is exactly what you should be doing. You shouldn't have time on your hand to think. You should be doing things around the house, doing that, doing this. Go for the exam like a normal day.
Keep the children busy.
Keep them busy by doing things around the house. Trust me, every chore that they do around the house is going to make them
we are making them
perfect
we are preparing them for the future.
And in this I'll add that there should be no gender bias thing,
Yes, very much. Very much.
What a boy can do, a girl can do, and what a girl should do, the boy should also do.
Both have to fit.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't believe in that, but still.
No, it's very much, it's very much, I always believe that a guy should learn to cook and wash the plates and live on his own.
I add on that because my mom always complains to my dad that my dad doesn't cook. So my dad is like, your dad doesn't know how to cook, so at least you cook.
No, be very careful. You're gonna go back home right now after the show. So but it's a fact.
Yes.
It's definitely a fact. Once you learn those survival skills, once you learn to do everything, trust me, when you're washing a plate, you're remembering or trying to, what was that question? Oh, this must be the answer. Why is that answer said like this? You learn to reason with yourself. Oh, why is the soap having so much of friction? See, there's a lot of physics and chemistry and everything that you learn over there.
In the kitchen.
That's what I said. It's not just taking it all in and just going and throwing it out there. It's understanding everything that you have. So a lot of things happen in these chores. You learn a lot. And when you read biographies, autobiographies, you learn that these are the most important things. Right? That's what I would like. That's the point that I would like to make.
With this, I ask Nikhil only to ask the next question. Let's see what
he
has to ask now.
Go ahead.
So my next question is, according to our board exam timetables, we have given a lot of time gaps between each exams. So one exam gets over, when we reach to other exams, we think that there is time. So just 3 days before the exams, we start studying up, hurry, and after writing the exams, we go home. The first thing that we complain to our parents, we didn't have time. So my question is, how can the students keep in pace, or how can we keep in pace with our studies during our study leave?
I think I'll answer that last. Maybe the others can chip in first. Yeah.
Already I told, I think half of the answer comes in that you should plan for your revisions. Don't think that it is 10 days gap. Plan it for 3 revisions like that, or plan for the exam which is having less gap in between. So otherwise, solve papers. That can be more supportive thing to prepare for your exams. If you think that you are already prepared, then go for the mock test. So many papers are available. So previous year papers, definitely it will at least keep your mind busy, so you will not feel bored of going through all that same thing again and again. So definitely you will find so many questions for 12th. Now you are in commerce, so even accounts and other subjects, you have so many questions which you find it surprising during the exam. So have that surprise just before the exam, why not?
No, you can. Sir.
Yeah. This is exactly what Madam said is what we used to do. Now, we never had these gaps. 10 days is like a vacation before your next exam. We've had maybe a day, that's it. So if we have 2 days, what we would do is we'd prepare for the exam that is the next. Right? Not the one that's tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. We'd prepare for that just a little bit, and then we would settle down on the next day for that. We never basically had time. So how we would plan that out is, you have written the exam paper. I believe most of the kids would go back and review the whole paper and sit and add everything, and how much would I score probably. So all those kind of things should be actually left aside. Your exam is over, that subject is over, leave it aside. Go out for a walk, just relax, just call a few friends. I mean, calling right now was a big thing in our times, but right now a call it's just a click away. Call friends, just talk, how was the exam? Or what's happening in the world, that sort of a thing. Sit with your parents, talk to them, take part in everything that they do. See, it's not only the students who go through stress during an exam time. Trust me, the parents go through double the stress. It's just that if we show it out, then it adds on to your headaches. So parents actually keep it inside. They're worried about their children's future. How are they going to perform? Will they have these blackouts? We know a lot of things that are happening with our children. So we know that they have weaknesses, they have strengths. All these 100 things are going through a parent's mind. They are also under stress. Sit with them, talk with them. This is how the exam went. That sort of thing. Get into a relaxed mood. That's the best thing to do. Listen to music. Those who listen to music, just listen to music and slowly pace up. Never forget that you are still in that training zone. You are in an exam and you have to learn. That's what I said. Learn to relax in the most strenuous situations. Learn to build your heaven in hell. All right? Whichever hell you're in, learn to make your comfort zone there. You'll succeed in any phase of life. So even during those 10 days, just relax. Exams are there, fine, no problem. I'm just going to relax, slowly start my revisions. Relax with your parents, talk with your parents, make them feel comfortable. Yes, I've done my exam well. Yes, it was a little bit tough. Whatever it is. What children of now forget is that parents, we are not our parents. Our parents were a much more narrow-minded generation. We could never talk to them. You understand? We could never talk as your generation can talk to us. So there are a lot of things that can be discussed. Whatever, it's just that I'm scared about what I'm doing for my future. All these thoughts can actually come out. Right? So that is what I believe should be done during those 10 days. Revisions, talk with your parents, talk with your friends, just go out, just sit a little bit, relax, empty your brain and just sit. It helps you prepare better for the exams.
To make the atmosphere a little lighter, I'll tell you, this I have been experienced with my kids from beginning. How was your exam? Good. Exam was good. How did you do? Then the thinking starts.
Yeah. No, that's the whole thing.
Exam is always good, but how they do, that matters.
Because the focus is always on marks, Yeah.
Also, as parent, I would like to say that parents should also participate by saying, okay, the exam is done. so you relax now. That is the parent's job, to make the child also feel comfortable that this exam is over. Stop thinking about it. Relax, breathe, enjoy your day, and slowly start up for your next exam preparation.
Yes, sir.
This too is another, like, this too passes away. That's it, simple as that. And why the exams are phased out? That was the question by Nikhil, right? Why so many holidays are given? There was a time when we all took English paper 1 in the morning, paper 2 in the afternoon. Malayalam or languages in the morning on the same day. There was a time. You people are more fortunate. The reason is now, it is more student friendly. The exams are also more student friendly. The amount of content has been, to some extent, even during COVID, yes, like they said, it was 80% of portions. And, so many things have been mentioned like that. So you're a privileged lot. This time you also gave the MCQs, which was much lighter, but some of them flunked in it because you were not used to the MCQ pattern. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is the phasing of exams is because every child is different, and there are high order achievers, there are middle order achievers, or average learners, and slow learners, or differently able learners. All right, different kind of learners are there. So you cannot expect that every child should be given only one day, and then there won't be any kind of balance. To strike a balance, they look and try to make it more student friendly, so give a couple of days. So it is for you to prepare well, balance, and do your exams well. And that is what you can give as a best gift to your parents.
Yes, Nikhil, there's something that you want to ask?
Yeah, because I would like to add what Doctor had told. Like you said, after you write your exams, to relax, we can call our friends. But usually I feel more tensed calling our friends because they tell what they wrote. I'm like, did I write these things? So I start thinking.
That's where the kind of friend that you call should be very, very, that's a very crucial
You should choose
decision.
your friends wisely.
You should choose your friends very wisely, perfectly put. See, the thing is, there was a study, this is an actual fact. Before an exam, write your stress out. And the children who actually wrote their stress out, who said it out in a form, who actually threw it out, in either writing or by talking it out, performed better. It's not something out of the blue. There was a test, there was an experiment which was conducted, and they say about 70% of the children perform better. So when you talk these things out with your friends, who that's what I said, the correctly chosen friends, right? You shouldn't be discussing about the past paper. You should be discussing about what's happening in the world, or something out of the blue. Keeps your mind relaxed, refreshes your mind. The more your mind is stressed, the less it's going to absorb. It's like a sponge. If you're relaxed, you've seen a sponge, right? You press it more, you keep it pressed like that, it's not going to absorb anything. You'll relax it, then it starts absorbing. Right? So when you do all that, it helps. So yeah, you should relax. That's how I think about it. I don't believe in stressing out the brain for any reason. Finally, at the end of it, what's going to happen? That's what I said, fear of the stakes that are involved. Right? It's your life. It's what you want to do in your life. 15 years from now, where you want to be. Those decisions are the ones which actually matter, is what I feel.
To his point, because it's not your scores alone that matter. Like he said, 10 or 15 years down the line, it's your creativity, it's your critical thinking, okay? And many things, like your skill sets that will decide your life. Yeah, stress management. Absolutely.
Very, very important in your professional
All these
life.
things decide your, career.
Teachers of now are actually very, very nice in your schools.
Very cordial.
Trust me. Yeah. You reach professional college, no, that's a totally different world. You're not going to have anybody who's even, who'd push it so much to teach you. Nobody's going to be. They would be like, no disrespect to the teachers, but...
Can I ask doctor a question? Because,
yes,
doctor,
please.
you said like stress management. So are these stress students angry as well? So because then anger management becomes another point.
Sir, the thing is, stress management is very, very important, and I think it should be put as part of the educational curriculum in schools. Why? Because what I have seen a few instances in my life where the children of this generation or the past generation who have joined professional colleges. I'll take the medical field itself. They join college, they're all top scorers in schools. They come to colleges, and instantly they start flunking in subjects. They really do not know how to handle failures. They leave the course. They opt for other methods. They forgive me, but they even commit suicides. The number of suicides have actually increased in children. Why? Because it's a parent's fault. Trust me, it's the parents' fault. The parents never let them experience failure. I want that, you get it. You want this, you get it. Everything is put on a plate. So children, when they reach areas where they are left alone, they feel lonely. They do not know how to handle that much of pressure that's there. That pressure takes over their life and it ends everything. That's why stress management is what you should be, understanding right now. This is just a stress. Things even worse are going to come. This is just a training ground for you. So just calm down, take everything in your stride. 1 failure, 2 failures, nothing's going to harm you. Nothing's going to harm you as long as you keep your focus.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Also, I would like to tell, Nikhil was asking about calling the friends. So you should call friends who are not in your grades.
Yeah,
you definitely have friends in different grades.
Very nice tip.
Call somebody who's in grade 11, grade 9. So that would relax you. Definitely, they will be talking of other things.
In primary school, they're perfect.
Yeah. Just go.
They never talk about exams.
Yes. If you, so just go and spend time. If you in your building or compound you have small children playing out, just go and spend time with them. You will be, you'll come back full of energy. You'll just forget all your stress if you see them playing and spend time with them.
Not
it's
only
a
on
really
your face.
Beautiful tip.
Yes.
It's in your mind also. Small children.
That
if you have them around,
yes.
just go, just be with them. That's it. Behave like the kid you were so many years back.
Those children will definitely make you feel, de-stress you.
So with this
because
beautiful,
they will be doing all nonsense stuffs, useless stuff. You'll think, what is this? They are not worried about anything. Junior grades, just go and spend time with them. So you'll be relaxed and de-stressed.
And with this beautiful, let's let the beautiful lady ask the next question.
My question is how to tackle panic attacks and loss of appetite.
Panic attacks. When you're panicky, see, the first thing that you do is, as I told, write it out, say it out. Find a friend who you can talk to. Talk to your parents. Parents, I told you, parents of this generation are much more approachable. You can tell them. You can talk it out to them. And that is one of the best ways to handle these panic attacks. Once you talk it out, it basically flows out. Then there are some things which you cannot talk about, which you have to only talk to friends. Get that out with your friends also. Choose the correct kind of friends, keep them in touch and keep talking to them. They also would be, like Madam had said, those not in grade, at your same examination levels, maybe in 9th standard. They know that you're going through an exam, and all the children right now are smart. They're very smart, right from, I would say, 5 years old, they're very smart. They understand, he's going for an exam, so he must be stressed, we can talk it out, that sort of thing. A lot of children understand all that. And appetite. Appetite was actually discussed in one of the first questions. Appetite is absolutely supposed to be bland, I would say. Acidity is one of the nightmares that you can have during an exam. It's going to build, you're already going to have an acid attack because stress actually builds up a lot of acid inside your stomach, and that's what they say, butterflies in the stomach. It's not butterflies, it's basically acid that's bubbling in your stomach. A lot of water, cold milk, yogurt, then some foods, fruits like berries. Berries have known to be containing a lot of antioxidants and a lot of things. During preparation time, you keep munching on something, make it berries. make it fruits, oranges,
Basically,
whatever
if
it may be.
Panic attacks, I think they should divert their minds. If
Yeah,
you are overthinking, if you are thinking more about after the exam, what will happen, where should I get the admissions and all that. So don't think too much about now. First, go step by step. Face the or cross the bridge when it comes. So just think about the exam first, then think where you are now. These days, even sir will agree with me. It is easy to get admissions in many colleges, so it is not very difficult task. Only thing is to get the admission in your career where you want to make your career of your choice. So think about that, where you can do your best. So don't think about exams or all these tension building thoughts. Don't bring it to your mind.
Anybody have any? I mean, very few children of today have hobbies. When the digital world has actually come into existence, I believe very few people have hobbies. Like not reading or not these things. There are a lot of other hobbies that actually exist. Yeah, painting or clay or just going out cycling, a lot of things. So what is a hobby? Hobby is something that you want to relax your mind with. Use a hobby instead. Use a hobby.
Even reading has taken a back seat.
Everything. Now it's all digital. Books are in the back seat right now. It's all on your screen.
Yeah, a child is studying, he's front of the screen. Child is relaxing, he's front of the screen.
And there is also attention deficit. You see, because they are hooked to the gadgets. We are not blaming the
exactly.
generation.
We can't blame them. We can't blame them actually.
Or the gadgets.
What we say is because probably you would say that we were not exposed to that. So maybe no, not exactly, because the quality time that you spend on that should be for something else as well.
Yeah.
And that affects both physical, mental, and your spiritual well-being.
No, here I would add, because of this COVID, especially because of COVID. See, now the children, they were locked in four walls in front of their gadgets. They switch on the gadget, they are happy. They switch off the gadget, they are happy. And when they step out of their rooms, they think that even the humans should behave like that. They want to talk, they will talk. They don't want to talk, they don't want to talk. So that kind of attitude,
there is that emotional well-being, that emotional connection
is gone.
All these are very important.
And that obviously piles on the stress and the anxiety inside a brain. And they are really tender brains, so can't blame them.
All of you, you're all wonderful, gifted children, so nothing to worry. Just face it.
I would like to add to what Doctor said about hobbies, because I have done this with my children. So my son has a habit of Rubik's cubes, different types of Rubik's cubes, and paper folding. From an early age, I will like to address this to all other parents who are watching this and their children are in lower grades. Please get them into these kind of hobbies. So still when my son is stressed or he wants to relax, I see him doing paper folding, looking on the gadget, finding out a new object or a new dragon, and he will keep on doing that and for like half an hour, 1 hour, and then he comes to me and shows me that I have done this paper folding. And I have all different shapes and sizes of cubes in my house. So my job is, whenever I see them solved, I will quietly go, unjumble them and spread it across the whole house. And he's so used to it, doing it from childhood, so whenever he sees an unjumbled one, he will jumble it and solve it. So I have all different kinds of...
It's a good way of channelizing their thoughts.
Energy also, yeah.
So both the things have, I think, helped, and it's a good thing which parents can help.
Sinking in with these awakening thoughts, let's take a small break.
Yeah.
Zero.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or
Once again, I welcome all of you on our first ever educational talk show, Children's Hour, Experience the Difference. And now I invite Pranav to share his question with us.
It's all been inspiring and motivating for me today. I think for all of us today. So my question for you guys would be, how do we all deal with the disappointment of our family if by chance we don't score good marks? And if our results don't go good, like it will have how should we take it?
Yeah, I'll start answering that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the most important thing is, like, again, I mentioned in the past, it's not your scores or marks alone that decide your future and career. See, now, recently you would have noticed that for university, all the central universities and affiliated colleges, it is going to be based on the entrance exams. So there is always like the IITs or NEET and all that is through cracking the entrance exams. Marks are a benchmark kind of thing, but still, it's cracking the entrance exams which are more important. And that is where your skill set comes into play. So don't be disappointed just by the scores. You have to overcome that. Like ma'am said, cross the bridge, aspire, inspire yourself to aspire more. These are all very important things in life. And a big salute to all the teaching fraternity and the parents, because last 2 years was never easy for all of us. And we were just sharing during the break, the kindergarten kids, it's not only for the adolescent, the little ones, for them the school was in front of, the laptop or the mobile phones, because they have not seen school for last 2 years. But of late, we are also optimistic that things will happen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I would like to add to it, because you are talking about families' disappointment and how to face it. So I would like to first tell to all the children who are listening out there that please, all of you, trust me that your parents are your well-wishers and they love you the most. So they will be always beside you and support you in all your difficult times. Now a test or exam which didn't go well or you have secured less marks, that doesn't mean that your parents get disappointed with one test. You go and speak out to your parents. You tell them what is your difficulty. Suppose you have difficulty with one chapter or one topic, tell your parents that I'm finding this difficult and that is the reason why I have scored less. How can we cope up with this? So maybe your parents will reach out to your children, to your teachers and fix up a meeting with you, and then you can have a one-to-one session with your teacher for that particular topic. Or they can ask for help, some friends or somebody who knows, or one-to-one tutor for that, which will help you cover up that topic whichever you are lagging behind. And then also this will, you have to tell your parents that you're working hard and you are giving your best shot. And they also know that. So that disappointment doesn't mean that you don't reach out to them and just be yourself. Go and speak out to them. Both of you are stressed. As the doctor said, you are stressed, your parents are also stressed. Yeah. So when you both speak to each other, then they are also de-stressed, they also come out with solutions, and then it works out for both of you. So this is not the last exam, as everybody said. This is just one exam.
Yeah.
So there is no need for the parents or the teachers to get disappointed.
No, and I always say
Thank
there's
you.
always a plan B, that the road doesn't end if in case you fall for once. You should get up and you should start walking. And
Many options.
There is
Many
only a bend.
options.
There is no end. There is only a bend in the road.
Yeah, true.
The parents also who are listening out should understand that every child is unique. So after every test or anything, don't compare your children's marks with any other child's mark. This is what parents do and put their children under stress. So you have to say, okay, you perform this, you work hard, I am with you, next time you perform better than what you got now. So you yourself benchmark with your own previous performance. No need to compare with XYZ in the class.
True.
So this is the parent's job also, to make the child feel comfortable, and then the child reaches out to you and the problem is solved.
I'll give you a personal experience based on what you asked. I'm a pediatrician who had the toughest time learning pediatrics. Pediatrics was the toughest subject. I love the subject. I love kids, but that was my toughest subject. I had to write it 2 times to get through pediatrics. Right? So it's that focus of where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do in my life. Failures are not an option. It's never an obstacle for you, right? It does not matter whether your parents believe in you, whether your neighbors believe in you, whether your cousins believe in you. You want to be there, trust me. And when you reach there, you will understand just one thing. I've overcome all these myself. You understand? That's your confidence. That's where ego is not supposed to be part of that. But trust me, a little bit of ego of how you got to the position where you are right now or where you want to be helps go a long way in life. All right? So failing is definitely going to be there. I would definitely say, yeah, once in a while, stumble, fall, make a mistake, learn, get up and start walking, not running. I wouldn't say running. Walk again, learn where the mistake was made, start walking. When you do it yourself, see, you're not the age where you're not even adolescents, you're young adults. Adolescence is gone. Yes. That word is gone. Now you're young adults, right? So this is where everything starts. So don't worry about failures. And your parents will understand. Trust me, this generation of parents are fine. They will understand. It's not like the old generation, where they are basically flogged. You know what the word flogged means? Yeah, so nothing like that happens right now. So they're by your side. Make sure you have your focus. When you fall, make sure you want to get up and walk again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
In continuation with the same thing, I would like to ask, how to meet and beat the expectations of your family and friends?
Yes, please, madam.
Most of the points are covered, but as a teacher, I have observed many a times I will come to the peer pressure first. This peer pressure is something like spikes, which comes for some time and then it goes like that. And I have observed this peer pressure is at its peak when you are just outside the examination hall. One of your friends, he will come and he will tell, do you know, I am sure about this question, 100% this question is going to come. And by chance, if you have not done that question, that means your confidence level will go down. How is it possible that one guy is getting this sixth sense and he can guess which questions are coming, and why not you? So I will tell you only it is the difference in the attitude. Yes. Dr. Sir will agree with us. The guy who is coming, he is confident about what he has prepared. Yes. Only questions are going to come from that, and you are thinking whether that question I will remember, whether I will be recollecting those formulae and all those things. So that is the change in your attitude. Don't think about it. Go with confidence. Your peer pressure will not be there. And for the parents' pressure, this story is different, as most of us have covered those points. I will add just few things. When a child is writing 12th exam, it is not only the child. The whole family is writing that 12th exam. You will experience already they are in that thing. Whole atmosphere in the house will change. There is a long list of don'ts and there is only one thing you are allowed to do is to study, study and study. So it is not only you but the whole family is driving for this 12th exam. Only difference is now they are on the driving seat and we parents or the teachers are on the seat next to you. So I will say it is not that you are facing it, but also the parents are also facing this 12th exam for the first time as a parent. So they also many a times don't know how to deal with this pressure. So I will suggest as a parent and as a teacher, I will suggest all of you to go to your parents, sit with them, take your mothers, and mostly we mothers are more anxious about all these things. Take her hand in yours and hold it tightly and say honestly to her or to your parents that you are giving your 100% effort. You are going to give your best shot for this exam. Yes. Believe me, only one thing she will say with tears in her eyes, that my baby is grown up. You will find a difference in her behavior. You will find her more relaxing, more supportive to you. Try this.
There should be a lot of effort from you. What ma'am said is like, they have taken care of you all these years. All right, so it is repay back time for you. Yeah. Talking about attitude, I'll just share one. There was a 99-year-old man who was interviewed by a young reporter. He went to him and asked him, "Sir, you are 99 years old. Will I be able to interview you next year?" And the old man said, "Yeah, you look young and healthy. I hope it is possible." So this is positive attitude. Now, why I say this is, always believe in yourself, have that confidence in you. You are all unique. Do not compare with others. All right? And when I brought this thought to Francis, sir, who is the managing director of IMAC, BMC, he immediately said, let us think something from the educational perspective. And within, a couple of days, he replied back to me. So I'm sure he would have spoken to you the same, because we all value each and every kid. And rightly, a pediatrician himself is here. All of you are experienced. So it's been a wonderful time being with all of you. I would like to pass on to ma'am to continue. Thank you.
I really want to thank all of you, the executive panel, the student panel, for being here, sharing your valuable time with us, especially the kids who were preparing for their exams today. It was really an enlightening and awakening session, I would say, because I think it has just changed the perspective of, knowing and understanding a few things. And I'm sure the people who are watching us also would agree with me. I would say, see, it's our own destiny. We should control it. Our fears should not control. And I think it's high time when we should, not be scared of this word fear as such. We can define it in another way. Face everything and rise. We can define it that way also. It's not always a scary word, I would say. With this motto, with this perspective, I conclude this session, and I thank BMC Global Live, Hilal Hospital, to organize this session, and looking forward to have more sessions like this with you all. And please do like our channel, Pravasi Vision, and we'll come back with more productive and creative shows like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Very much.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.